Hi there, my name is Joshua Lyons, and this video was made for GCU course CYB-505 Cyber Warfare and Applications for the specific assignment, Data at Rest, in Transit, and in Use. I apologize for the white light here. I do have my screen over here, but for this assignment, there's 3 questions in total. And to make things short, I'll start with the first question, which is discuss the difference in data at rest, in use, and in transmission. So the answer, basically the difference between data at rest, in use, and transmission. Data at rest is basically stored in devices and or servers and is generally the most secure way for us to for security for data at rest because it is resting. Data in use is the active use of that data. For instance, a user is interacting with it, modifying it, changing it, using it for whatever they need for their daily task. Data in transit is the least secure because it's data that's moving across usually a network. And that could be a network, a bunch of different topologies there, but essentially it's the most vulnerable because there's so many different attack patterns that can get that data while it's in transit because it's not secure. Question number 2, explain how you would secure the data. So for data at rest, you want to, since it's stored on like a local database or a drive or maybe even a cloud storage, since it is resting, you want access controls, you want strong encryption, even physical security to those servers or devices. And of course, there's regular backups that should be taking place so that if data is compromised, you can call back to it. For data in use, we want to make sure that our authentication and whoever's accessing the data has the correct permissions. And of course, making sure that they have to prove identity, making sure that, documents are being secure in that way. More so it's access to make sure that we're limiting access. And of course, data in transmission, making sure that encryption protocols are met, like TLS or SSL, and making sure that hashes are, are non-repudiating, making sure that they do match from sender to recipient. Question number 3, describe how the strategy changes depending on whether it's in use, at rest, or in transit in terms of the data. So strategies change because data in use, we want to make sure, again, just like how I said in question number 2's answer, that the correct people are using that data. Maybe we want to make sure that they're also, that data is also classified and again, limited in access. For data at rest, we want to make sure that encryption is strong, that backups are still going on. It's a lot of verbatim from question 2's answer. But the strategy changes there because now the data is at rest. Therefore, it's not limiting access, or it is still limiting access to users, but it's securing it so that those specific users and or even specific pathways should either be hidden or more secure than others. And then also for data in transit, that strategy is just completely different because we want to make sure that the data essentially is what it is, that it was sent and it's non-repudiated. And on top of that too, we want to make sure that there's no external threats, that the data isn't getting leaked on the way, or we're not getting a man-in-the-middle attack. We're not losing or having data loss with those packets that are being sent in transit.